Hello, welcome to VD Racing. My name is Ninja, and I'm joined with Formula Cryptic. And today we have Tier Friday at track at Austria.
Mm-hmm. We aren't racing at Austria, mate. We're racing at Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Season finale today. And yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Well, we're waiting for session to start.
I bet you can't wait for the lights to go out and to watch the racing.
Okay, yeah. Now we can see the action, Ninja. Ninja, have you joined the stream?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And yeah, quali has begun. And some last minute invites are being made. And yeah, first man out, I believe, is a Haas car. Yeah. Seems to be Rajic in the Haas, first man out. And he's closely followed by one of the two Red Bulls. I think that's Kevin. He's turned around. Oh, Toro's been disqualified before going the wrong way. That's a great start, ain't it, Ninja?
Yeah. A very good start from Toro. Very good disqualification.
I think it's like Red Bulls won the title, might as well start from last and mess about.
Especially with that Van Dijk name in the team.
Yeah.
They always have a chance at coming back in the race, especially with their 4 titles that they have at the moment. Cryptic.
Yeah, 4 drivers and 4 constructors for Kevin Van Dijk. Probably one of the favourites to cruise to victory here. He won here Sunday last week too.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are about to start a hot lap on the Haas. Ninja, I'll let you talk them through it.
Okay. Nice corner from Ragic. Having lovely connections with them curves on the outside of the track. With the yellow in section 3 at the moment. Probably just the car slowing down.
Probably.
This will be the first lap on the board out of these guys at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little train going through the final few corners of the two Haas's, an Aston and a McLaren. One of them surely can be fastest for the time being, but then there's also a Mercedes on its way. As Magic sets the borderline of a 122.1. And nice banker lap.
We all know Kevin Van Dijk will beat it later on. He's been the quickest guy in the league at the moment.
Well,
so he has every chance to get pole.
Well, Jix, currently one of the title contenders in Tier Friday, if I'm correct, has just topped it by 2 tenths against this rival, who is Kevin Van Dijk.
If he has his teammate close enough to the first thing, he could use his teammate. He could use his teammate as a bit of a very nice toe to hopefully get ahead of Kevin.
Yeah, as we watched that unravel, the Aston Martin went quicker than Van Dijk, and even Jix. So it's uncertain, to say the least.
Yeah.
Now let's sit back, relax, and watch some friends being invited to the session. And Van Rooten, fastest man on track by about 0.02 of a second. There's Balaz on the mediums to sit at P10. And now we have Ozan going round. I believe that's the lap tracking heart from our data board. It says 19th. Who's in the pits? And by the looks of it, Kevin Van Dijk's coming out again at Red Bull. Could we get confirmation what Red Bull that was by chance? Actually, no, we don't really need to, as Victoria is disqualified. But then we have the Mercedes go past. Really good lap. Very close up front.
Jake could improve and do a good job there.
I don't know if there was tyre warm up there by Ice Cream. A massive snap with the chicane. And currently sitting in the little conundrum going on in back straight. There's about 4 cars in very close proximity. Same thing in turn 5 hairpin. 3 cars all overtaking each other as they get by the pass. And now Ice Cream starts up his hot lap. I'll let you again take this lap, Ninja. If you don't want to, of course, just to let me know. But yeah, into the penultimate corner we go. So over to you.
To me?
Yep. All yours.
Okay. Here we've got Ice Cream on his lap at the moment. Can he get inside the top 10 and beat his teammate Ballas currently? Well, I think done a time on the mediums, I believe.
Yeah.
So Ballas could be one contention to be up there since he's done such a good time on his mediums.
Debatable. The mediums is about half a second off the softs over one lap. So I think you could argue he could be around P8 at the moment, if he were to go into of course, choosing to learn the track. As it's a purple middle sector for ice cream, there's a massive lap going on.
He could mess it up in the final sector. Let's hope he can keep it good enough to be up there.
Yeah, looks a lot more confident than Jalais when we rode on board. Jalais was a gear lower. And yeah, now Ice Cream comes out the final corner. What can he put in? And it's only good enough for 10th. That's a shock. Big shock. I will leave it to you for next 3 minutes or so, Ninja. So go at it.
Okay. We're still riding on board of Ice Cream. We're probably going to come in the pits this lap. Well, Kevin Van Dijk does go first. He's currently first place, which means he's on provisional pole at the moment. But as you see, the Mercedes has come out. The Mercedes of H4N is on his outlap currently. What can he do to improve his lap?
Well,
So we're still riding on board of Ice Cream currently.
And the Aston... No, Mercedes goes fastest. Yes, that was not 3 minutes. But yeah. Currently we ride on with pole position, who is doing all he can to win the season finale this weekend. But will that be with quite a lot of competition right behind him, such as Danny Van Rooteman, Kevin Van Dijk, or even Hart? I also do not rule out the likes of Dragic and Nico Sam. Nico Sam done a really good show last time out in Brazil on Tier Sunday, where I was commentating. He done really well, just sat in the background and tried playing for a podium, but missed out. Could he try and get redemption today and get a podium? Who knows?
H4N is up on his time currently, which means he could go quicker than Dan Van Booten by the look of his improving here currently. Looks like he's aborted this lap, even though he was up by quite a bit. He might have got track limits though, so...
Yeah, track map shows red, most likely meaning track limits infringement.
Oh yeah.
Finishing Hart wrestling the car there. Not looking settled in the Apertura pits. Yeah. And in he comes again. Now we're back with our main commentator today. People who are in chat, please do comment below who do you think is going to get pole position, as this qualifying session does die down quite quickly, as there's a caution for a slow car off the McLaren. Yeah, here comes Jallet round the final corner. Looks to be possibly improving, and he does so. Half a second, but only 2 places, which is quite a shock. Now Sissord comes round the final corner to start his run. I'll talk you guys through it. As you look for one of your brake markers on the outside in turn 1, brake early, and yeah, just cruises in. Just rides the apex there, does the same thing for turn 3, and gets nice and wide, so he just rides the inside line through turn 4, brakes about the 75, and avoids the apex just so you don't get a snap of oversteer due to the curve, and now DRS down the back straight. You kind of want to wait till the track lightens down then you see the P0 go about 25 yards and brake again, or left, right chicane. Nice attempt to get it as wide as you can. Now just literally hug the inside wall as you come all the way down this pit straight. And again, fairly flat out through here. Just easing onto the throttle so you don't go right or go left due to oversteer. Get wide, tuck to the inside, go back wide again, and brakes to turn right. Again, now tries going as quick as he can through there without, of course, infringing track limits. Yeah, glides through the penultimate corner, heavy braking into final corner, cadence braking as you can see, and he's almost lost it. Massive save, and he's crossed P15. Absolute heroics there. But yeah, that is a shame for Sissord. Just lost it at the very end. Looked like a really good lap too. Could have been as high as P11, in my opinion. That is a shame. Guess we will have to try that again. To P14. To be honest, I want to watch Van Dijk for his final run of session if he's on one. He looks ever so slightly down in sector 1. Still fighting for what could be another pole in his book. Narrow improvements will have to be beat it, as he finds a 10th in the middle. Okay, Ninja, who do you think will get pole here?
I think Van Dijk will just edge Victovo because he's been the more so dominant person, but again, it's not about quality, it's about the race.
Yeah.
In this league.
And Hans has only put it 4th place. And Van Dijk leaves final corner. He has gone and smashed pole position by a good 3/4 of a tenth. And can Jix react and put in a new fastest lap to put himself back onto pole, which he's had for the majority of this session? As he goes through penultimate corner, you can see he's running low on fuel, just enough to cross the line though. And he gets on throttle early, try and push him to the line, and he has gone back to pole. Van Rooten has a little wobble, and he can only go P2. Van Dijk back down to P3. Who could we see that goes next? Bergen, invalid, that's him out. Rajic now pushing as hard as he can through the final sector. This is bound to be close. I really want someone to knock Jix off just for the fun of it. But by the looks of it, I think he will have a strong enough lap. So let's be honest. Remus, it's unlikely. P17, but is it on the cards? No, only P12. And that is quali done for you lot. Jix on pole, followed by the Aston Martin on Rooten. Van Dijk P3, with Hahn, Jick's teammate, on the second row to fill out that 4th position. Then Nico-san really consistent from what I've seen over the past weekend or so of me being here. And then Ice Cream P6 to outdo his teammate who was on mediums early on, Oscar Berggren, leading the 2 Ferraris in P7. Then Vajic, idealist, to allow the Astons to have both cars in top 10, and then Bowser will come home 10th for qualifying. Still, we have the race up next. Anything can be done. Yeah, let's hope. As yeah, Dutch 1, 2, 3. And that is an honestly beautiful sight to see. As we now get ready for the race. Let's see who can keep... yeah, let me rephrase it. Let's see who can win the final race of Season 4. And quite likely the final race on F1 23. If I am correct to say so. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting grid for sure. As I'm going to try and get up the championship standing so I can tell you who you need to look out for into this final race in terms of likeliness to win. At the moment, Van Dijk has already won. He's 69 points up on Jix. But then if we look at the constructors, again it's settled by Red Bull. But then you will want to look at the Aston Martin McLaren feud, only about 30 or so points in there. And then also Ferrari and AlphaTauri, split by only 9 points, with it being quite compact in the south end, with 27 points between Sauber, Williams and Alpine. So do not miss that out. And then there's some action, P4 and 5, Toro versus Hahn. And then also, you could argue, Remus Rowe and the Williams of, I think it's something Jerry, about 3 points apart. But yeah, we now see 5 red lights, and away we go here in Abu Dhabi. As Sisord, his weekend goes bad to worse with a drive-through penalty, along with Jale and I believe Squirter. But Jix leads away as the Aston has a little moment there, and then Van Dijk follows through. The championship leader lines up a move into turn 5, looks but then thinks again, just follows through. And now we just watch this race unravel. Yeah, it's going to be a long one for sure, as the Alpine's going for it on Hahn. But remember, the Alpine does have a drive-through, which will hinder him for the time being. And yeah, I'm now left on my own as Ninja's disappeared. Yeah. Or not. I take my word back, but yeah, more or less, it is Havoc. As now we see Jix fend off, as Jale goes for it again on Hahn. And this time makes it stick, but of course on the red wall, being a lot more grippier in the early stages. Yeah, drive-throughs, which all need to be served by about lap 3 for 15% of this grid. Not a very, very good start at all. But yeah, Ninja, any thoughts on that opening lap?
Well, it looked like the reaction time was off and they've done it a bit early. The start on the grid at the moment.
Yeah, 2 of the 3 with drive-throughs already served it. And that's Jale just having to sit out until he sees it fit.
As you can see, some of the drivers with some very weird tyre choices, especially the hard tyre. I don't think it's much of a tyre you want to start on, to be honest. I think around this track, it's an undercut track, I think. I think it is.
I kind of see where the hard compounds are coming from though. like they're thinking going long. We saw this in Brazil in the Sunday tier. Yes, I'm only referencing the tier I was commentating on. But then the hard compound, we had three cars on mediums, one on the hards. The hard compound pitted 5 laps early and cruised to the win, as the mediums tried going medium to soft and came out second best. So maybe the hards are on the playing cards here, or possibly either going long and hoping for a safety car, or just trying to do it so you can get off a mandatory compound and cruise to the end.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jale still yet to serve his drive-through. Surely has to do it this lap, otherwise penalised, maybe even disqualified for failing to serve a penalty. Yeah. Still yet to unravel. As we see Toro line up and move there, but thinks again, now he will have DRS, which allows him to open the rear wing and now cruise down that straight. But we go to the lead as it swaps here. And there was a lock-up somewhere. And again, another swap. Very close to spinning each other out with the front wing getting perilously close to the rear of Jit. And yeah, Jale lets Han through, knowing he ain't his battle regarding how he has a drive-through. And then we'll have to pit straight after. And in comes the Alpine now for the drive-through penalty. As Hans goes fastest. You can tell there's a difference from quali and the race. As Danny really proving he is quicker than what he got in quali, being able to hang on the hards, which should be about half a second slower per lap on the mediums. Either that or he's got it in the right window. Yeah, I'll let you have some of the action for a bit, Ninja.
Okay. Thanks for that commentary. Cryptic. As you can see, Van Ruten's right on the rear of Jits. Is he gonna get enough for a move? He's going for a move on first place, Jits. He goes a bit wide. But he still manages to keep it side by side. I think Jix is currently kept it at the moment.
If I was Martin Brundle, I'd start screaming "oh so close" down my mic as the Aston and Merc went to go. But there's a yellow in sector 3. But that's cleared quite quickly. Probably that Williams was now pitted. Had a little offing. But yeah, someone in the stream's chat on YouTube has said a safety car can change everything. I've already thrown a safety car card out there in terms of talking strat, but I will let the strategy man, Ninja himself, talk about it for a bit. As yeah, it will be crucial in determining the outcome of this race. Yuppie, as bright to me. Lovely. Well, yeah. No commentary took for, well, no tyre took for now. Maybe closer to pit stage as it all unravels, but yeah. Danny fending on off from Jix, who has Van Dyke right up his rear end. The champion looking for something to claim, and that what he wants to claim is P2. And yeah, for some reason the hards does look like the better race tire. despite we saw Nico-san drop off the line for being on the hards, he's holding on to Oscar and thus keeping in grasp of the DRS train which has formed from the lead all the way down to P10. And now we have another defence as Hahn has gone round, as Van Dijk also had the snap oversteer there, but that has not gone well for Mercedes. They now drop to first and 8th. But yeah, Danny just sitting back, just ready to get back what he wants. As yeah, Oscar is now catching Kevin due to that mistake he made in about turns 6 and 7. And yeah, it's all starting to kick off now. But yeah. As you can see, it's a massive train here. Reason why Abu Dhabi's a great finale for league racing. Because it's so easy to follow. And it's so easy to overtake with the 2 big DRS zones, which are crucial here. But yeah, Danny now with DRS, maybe even drag Van Dijk along as Hahn defends from ID-less in turn 5, who's probably going to try and pounce, but due to the DRS train being so potent, it's very difficult to see any form of activity apart from the top 3 or so just switching positions. As Oscar's now dropped out, he will have to defend for his life against Nico-san. Yeah. Well, there's been a massive collision. That is going to at least be a VSC in my opinion. But yeah, seemed to be to go with the front runners. As Hahn's gained about 3 places out of it. Ice Cream, Oscar, and I want to say Nico-san got caught up there. I'm hoping Ninja hasn't gone again, but seems present. As yeah, Ice Cream is now retired, only 6 laps in. Maybe it's the damage which has done him so badly. Yeah. And that's a free second to be added on for Oscar. As yeah, Danny now following close. Looks to be another race between the top 3. Just like we've seen so many times this season. Anything can still happen. We have 21 laps. And before the pit stops come along, I'm hoping Ninja's back so he can talk about some tyre strats.
Yeah. I'm still here. I would say the lap you would want to pit on the softs would be at least around lap 10 or 12, I would say, for a set of hards.
Okay.
Because if you're a bit more of a tyre user, the soft tyres that Charlie on, I can't see him doing that great on tyre strats this race. Them hard tyres could come to work. Them mediums, I think the
And there's
mediums
a
will be
safety
better.
car.
And as soon as I was talking about talk about a safety car, one comes out. Their medium runners are right back in it again. They get a free stop. Surely they should put onto hards. They can last to the end on hards if they box now.
Surely that screwed over all the drivers on hards because they'll now be on mediums and they'll have to try and make their way 19 laps on them. Whereas all on mediums and softs, they can just pit for hards.
Yeah.
And just cruise to the end. Therefore, meaning we could see Danny, Nico-san, and Mavers probably just dissipate down the order. But yeah, that is not a pleasant sight. A safety car on lap 8. And
It
yeah,
helped all the...
for those of you who haven't already or are brand new to this, well, please search up VD Racing League on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. I don't know if they do Insta, but yeah, search them up, give them a follow, so you can get updated for when the next race is, which would be here Saturday, same time tomorrow, or when the next season starts, and even a vote for the overtake of the week, which unravels around like Wednesday to Friday of the following week. But yeah, in comes everyone. Jix probably hards, Danny mediums I'd say, Van Dyke hards, Hahn hards, Idealis hards, Brazos hards, Rajic hards, Nico-san probably mediums. Yeah, you get the gist, mediums onto hards, hards onto mediums. Yeah, whose strategy has it now folded into whose hands? As Danny surely will have the better tyres. That will let him pull away and just control the race. But then, in the dying phases, they'll come back to Jix and Kevin. So yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, we now follow the leader who is trailing the safety car. Well, again, I will give you lot as viewers a chance to have your say while we're under the safety car who will come out on top. I'd say most likely Jix, Danny, Kevin, Hahn, or even Rajic. Maybe Idealis if you want to be ballsy. But yeah, please comment down below on whatever platform you do watch this from. And yeah, let's see how it travels together, shall we? I honestly want Jix to win, as yeah, he's dominated all weekend. But yeah, Ninja, what's your thought?
My thought is that Daniel Van Vleuten will get the overtake because he's on the quicker tyre. He will extend the lead, but I think in dying phases, Jix could come back to beat Van Vleuten.
Well, yeah, I've been asked to tell you guys, do not forget to like our stream and follow us. We are at VD Racing League on Discord, YouTube, X, TikTok and Instagram, just so you all know. I've just been confirmed what platforms are running this league, but yeah. well, we have lost the timing board. Or at least I have.
Yeah, same. At least we could see Jix's second still. That's something.
Yeah, that's the start. Well, I want Jix to win, personally. So, yeah. But then, as I said on the safety car, the mediums, that's why the Astons pulled away. Just so much more, like, energy. Therefore, requiring less to heat up and thus making it easier to pull away. Jan said Jix don't spin like on a safety car restart. Don't think he did, but yeah. And then I'll be back in a
Danny Van Rooten has pulled away 2 seconds to Jix currently. So, but Jix can easily make that time up when Van Rooten's tyres will go off near the end of the race. As he keeps getting fastest lap at the moment. Toro's off. What's happened to Toro? Looked like he might have spun the car there. As he's gone all the way down to 19th. Was that a collision or just a mistake he made? Toro's making a move on that McLaren. Good move for Toro on Sissold there. As Williams going slowly there of Ozan Isaac. Toro nearly hitting his wing on the Williams of Ozan. It looks like Jix is closing in a bit on Daniel Van Rooten there. He's closing the gap down a bit. But then you have Kevin Van Dijk just following behind Jix. Even though Jix is closing in a bit to Daniel Van Rooten. Are them hard starting to come more to life for Jix's car here? Looks like they're finally switched on. And he's going for and he's going to hopefully catch up to Danny Van Rooten. If he's doing the paces at the moment, he'll catch him at least by lap 20. Ryan board of Jarley. After the safety cars kind of saved his race a bit, to be honest. He doesn't look in contention for many points here today. His tyres are probably going to... Yeah.
Yeah, agree. But then there's a lot of penalties around him. if he can sit within 5 seconds of very slow, he's almost guaranteed points. As long as he don't bog down the order. Well, I will give you someone's reply to my question I asked earlier on who will win. Someone said Kevin must win. So, Kevin, if you are able to hear us, not saying you can, you need to get a wiggle on, because you've only got 13 laps. And yeah, Jale looked for it on Simix, and there's Lemos, who's just doing his thing, who had a little look at Balzas. Who will be your commentator on Sunday? Sissord retires on track, and that's caused the safety car due to a crash. Well, unfortunately we didn't know what caused the crash, but I'm assuming it was contact with Ozan and Toro, as they have dropped a fair bit off finishing hard. Toro, 3-second penalty, and a ton of people in pits. Are any of the leaders going to pit? What's your thoughts, Ninja?
Well, I think Danny Van Vooten might pit. Honestly, I think the whole field will pit. I think the hard tyres will go back onto mediums. And Danny Van Vooten, I don't know what tyre will go on, to be honest, but I think the hard tyres for the guys on hard will definitely go to mediums at this point.
Yeah, Van Rooten may even be a bit ballsy and possibly chuck on softs, as you said earlier. You would be surprised if they go longer than 12 laps. And 12 laps is all he needs. Plus safety car dropping the wear by about a lap or two, meaning he could make it to the end on softs. We're seeing that with Mavers and Simix at the moment. But then, the whole top 10 yet to pit under this safety car, meaning possibly if those who have pitted already, they need to work their way back through the field, as they will have a lot of cars in their way if they want to pursue a win. And in comes the leader. Who else is following? Jix is, Kevin is, I think Han maybe. No, Han and Rajic do not. Idealist, Nico-san have both followed through. We are going to find out if Oscar does, and if Denny does too. But the Alpine stays out.
Interesting tyre choice from Jix there. Going to softs, his tyres will really be feeling it in like 6 or 7 laps of this race.
And now how it's changed up. You guys in chat, do reinstate your predictions, as it is clearly up in the air, as quite a few of your favourites have now gone down the pecking order. Jix now 4th, Kevin 5th. Jix currently on softs, that's a bit questionable. But still, more or less, it will be an eventful end. Well, safety car light still on, meaning it's going to go around again. Will we see any action unravel? But yeah, Han possibly in a likely position to win. But yeah, this is going to be a very climactic one. What's your thoughts? Ninja?
And me.
Yep. Yeah.
I think that Hahn and Ragnick's leading at the moment, but they're on old tyres, so they're gonna, because they didn't pit, they're gonna be under pressure from Van Vleuten and Jix. They need to really hold them up. They need to really defend this lead really well here, Hahn. He has a chance to get Jix in front. He can help his teammate here if he does it right.
Yeah, clearly. But then also Kevin, someone in chat said he must win. He's in P6. He's got 5 cars to overtake, 2 of which are on the hards. Meaning, that'll be an easy one just to jump through. And then he'll just have to scrap with Van Rooten and Jix. But if we saw in last restart, the softer compound of tyre just flew away. And that was the man in second out of the top 3 favourites, who are Rooten, Jix and Kevin. In this scenario, the softer compound lies with Jix. Does that mean he could possibly fly up the field and give a run for their money? I possibly think so. Ninja, I will let you have this restart again. Yeah. It's going to be more action-packed than the last, so have fun with it.
As you can see, Hahn has started quite early. He's gone really early here. But it's quite a good start from Hahn, as Van Vooten's already gone up from Vajic. Early overtake from Van Vooten, and now Hahn could play some of the team game here and defend for his life against Van Vooten here.
Yeah, like Jix now. Well, I was going to say he now has to overtake Rajic, but he's done so. He's done it without me asking.
Yeah.
Now, Han literally just has to control the race. Well, now the lead has been unleashed. Jix has been let drive by his teammate. And now, it's going to be a duel. Aston versus Mercedes. I honestly don't think Kevin will find a way to win. If he does, that clearly reinstates him as the best driver we have ever seen in this league. Hence why he is a 4-time world champion in season 1, 2, 3 and 4 for both drivers and constructors. He is purely impeccable. And yeah, Hahn now having to get ready to defend for his life. Jix, in this case, being Fernando Alonso, as Oscar Bergeron has retired. But yeah, Hahn will be Fernando, who will have to defend like a lion in this scenario. As yeah, Jix now leads over Danny. Will Danny look for it? Who knows? But then we see the Haas and McLaren, Rajic and Nico-san will to will. Nico-san goes down the inside. And Hahn makes contact and spins him out. That, in my opinion, is just racing. That's hard and that was firm and fair, to be honest. But Nico-san clearly not happy with that. He thinks he should be given a bit more racing room, and that was a ballsy move. But in my opinion, it wasn't. And yeah, now Nico will be a bit more frustrated. He will be more willing to push and fly out through the field. As yeah, Balaz has a 3-second penalty given to him. And Jix, fastest lap of the race. He is now pulling away from Danny. DRS enabled as well. It's all going to kick off in these final 6 or so laps. As yeah, I'm preparing for the interview. So much has happened. We honestly don't know who's going to be on that podium. For all we know, it's going to be 2 Astons and a Merc. For all we know, it'll be 3 different cars. For all we know, it's going to be 2 Mercs and an Aston, 2 Mercs and Red Bull. It's so unpredictable at the moment. But yeah, Hans being overtaken by both Van Dijk and Idealis, meaning their hunt for the 2 up front scrapping away is now on. As yeah, Rajic drops down a bit, as there's a massive, like, 5-6 car squabble there into the hairpin, and the Alfa Romeo's gone out. That is going to be a red flag. I think that's a red flag. No, he got clipped. Looked like Bowser's got clipped, but we may need to replay that footage in a bit. But it looked like he got clipped. But yeah, that's another safety car. That literally puts everyone onto level pegging. The medium runners are now in a prime position. They'll all be pitting for softs. And then Jix will have to try and defend on the older softs. Ninja, you're the strategy expert out of us two. Look how this plays into some people's hands.
Well, the others, it seems like they're pitting, but the people in front of them are slower drivers, generally. So Jix could get away here, but Kevin Van Dijk is behind Jix, and Jix's tyres are more gone off than Van Dijk, so it plays right into Kevin Van Dijk's hands again. All down to the safety car now.
Yeah, as I have said earlier, someone said Kevin must win. And I did follow up saying, if he does, that does instate him as probably the best driver we've ever seen. As yeah, it's going to be difficult. He's on mediums. Jix, who's had about 3 laps of them soft running under the safety car, will probably put him in the best position. And now for the top 6, they will be afraid to pit, because if they do, they're almost guaranteed not to score. Meaning, they're all going to have to try and defend to get points. Toro has just played a blinder for Red Bull. He's up to P5, and he could possibly help his teammate. If Van Dijk lets him by and just gets him in a position so he can hold up Jix, it could be a genius strat, but it will play risk for Red Bull. Of course, because Toro may not be able to catch Jix in the end. Meaning it may be better just charging at him, guns blazing. But yeah. Again, for like the 80th time, if you are new here, like the stream, follow us on YouTube, Twitch, X, no, not Twitch, Discord, X, Instagram, and TikTok. Just search up at VD Racing League and you should find us, no matter what. But yeah, we surely are going to get some racing this lap. They've all bunched up, and now fate for quite a few are going to be sealed. It's going to be a massive duel between the top 2 in the standings, Van Dijk and Jix. And then there's also going to be a duel with Hahn, Remus Rowe, Toro, Finishing Heart, Danny, Marverse, Idealis, all the way down to last, as the fresh softs try to push their way up. For all we know, we could see one of those fresh soft compounds end up winning in the long run, but let's not put our money on that for now. There's a massive party going on in YouTube chat. They're all screaming Kevin, or at least Dutch poses, as does the safety car lights go off. Yes, it's gone off. Safety cars in this lap. And yeah. This race has been wacky, foulers. And yeah. Let's just put our money on it, Ninja. Who's going to win?
My money is on Van Dijk, but if Danny Van Rooten can come through the field, we could see Van Rooten taking it away. But I think I bet all my money on Van Dijk to win this at the moment. Jix's tyres are probably a tiny bit. He probably has a lot more tyre wear on his tyres than Van Dijk, so I bet all my money on Van Dijk here.
Yeah, I'm being boozy. I'm putting my money on Jix still. I've been saying he deserves it from the get-go. And how we've had so many laps of this stint under safety car, it's almost like them softs are brand spanking new for him. So it may allow him to just put away, but already he's got about 4 tenths on Van Dijk, who's probably pushing for dear life. And yeah, we see all the action. The two Alfa Tauris going wheel to wheel with a Aston who's gone and done them both. Danny Van Rooten, now P5. He's chipping his way up the field now. As Kevin just sits back, he's going to start homing in. Gaining, losing, gaining. And he sits back. And yeah, as you can tell, Toro versus Danny going wheel to wheel there. The Red Bull just needs to take the Aston out, and that's going to protect his teammate for the time being. But yeah, again, gaining. He's ran out of straight this time. So he will sit back. And Hahn defends from Remus, and he's gone round Remus with wing damage. That's going to be a pain in the backside for Ferrari. And that's one less place for Danny to gain, which is massive for him now. To be honest, Danny may be in the hot seat for a race win. Toro has a 3-second penalty. It has all kicked off here in Saudi. No, not Saudi. My bad. Abu Dhabi. But yeah. Remus really struggling. He's spun it. Oh, catches it and just grazes the barrier. But yeah, now Danny and Idealis chasing the lead. As the Ferrari does miss the pit entry, which is a shock. And Maverse retires. I won't be surprised if Remus does the same thing here, because it does put him out. He could go for a fastest lap point, but he won't be able to get it if I'm correct, as he is not in the top 10. And yeah, Jix and Van Dijk running away at the front. Yellow flags in sector 1 for Maverse, who has retired in pits. Remus Rowe does not retire. And Toro has a 10-second penalty for obvious corner cutting. Surely he's now going to DNF, because what's the point of racing? He is also dropping down the field like nothing. As right now, it's like David versus Goliath. In my opinion, Jix is David and Van Dijk is Goliath. And yeah, it will be may the best man win now. It's going to be heated. And yeah, anything can happen now. As Van Dijk just sitting there, he's ready to pounce on a mistake, or he will just sit there until the final lap and just dart down the inside and get to place. Yeah, it's uncertain. I'll keep saying that until the checkered flag falls here, as they are still racing for success, as there's a bit of a contest. Toro, who I'm surprised hasn't retired, and now he goes round in the hairpin. And yeah, now he is left to race himself. As Remus probably going to look for a fastest lap attempt. As Jix fends off Van Dijk again. I think he's just going to lurk there, but Danny is catching. They may need to start getting a wriggle on. And Toro seems to have retired on the main straight. No, he's got back going. Must have had a little issue there. Ninja, what's your thought on how it's playing into Aston's hands slowly but surely?
I think Van Rooten and Idelis has a perfect. They've done perfect at the moment to gain up to Van Dijk and Jix. Van Dijk, I don't know why he hasn't made a move yet. He surely has better tyre wear than Jix, so I'm very surprised that he hasn't made a move on Jix yet.
Well, he's literally just got within a second at the start of this lap. Also, I'm gonna let you have your say on driver of the day today. Who do you think it has been?
Well, I bet my money on for driver of the day.
Oh, so
Um,
you want it to be Rutan? If I've got that message right, you said you have bet your money on the driver of the day. Meaning, I'm assuming you're going for Danny. Where me, on the other hand...
Actually, I might go for Nico's son. He's had a beautiful race today.
That's what I was about to get onto. If you saw earlier on, he got caught up in a collision and dropped about P14. He has recovered to P5, so... Yeah, I'm wondering what Toro's done. He's pitted for full wet. It's either it's raining for him, or it's just his sweat dripping down his brow. Because it is not raining. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's Red Bull now becoming Ferrari and going...
It happened to F1 Esports for Nicholas Longay. Now it happened for Remmers. What's happening to the game?
Yeah, as it's now final lap, Danny will now need to make the lunges. And then also Van Dijk will need to make the move too. If they want to stop Jix. Actually, no, my bad. It's between Danny and Van Dijk, as Jix has got a 3-second penalty, which surely he will be disgusted about. As his teammates gone deep, Van Dijk will certainly win here today. Because yeah, now he is out of DRS. And that is why Van Dijk is the man you want to be alongside. As yeah, the two Astons go for the fight. Danny's going to get frustrated because Idealis, not like he's going to get a podium out of it. More than anything, he's trying to get Jix P2. As yeah, there's about 6 tenths left. If he keeps defending for thin air, he will lose it. As there's now 4 tenths in it. As Jix will cross the line to take the win. However, the win will go to Van Dijk. And it looks like Idealis is out of 3 seconds. No, not Idealis, Danny. Jix will get P2. And that has been a very good race for Van Dijk. What was your thoughts, Ninja, very briefly before we go to interviews?
Well, Jix should have won the race really, but again, Van Dijk, alright job. He weren't the best today. I'm honestly gonna say that. He weren't the greatest today. He's just been sticking behind people and just staying there the whole race really. That's my fault.
Yeah, he's kind of been waiting for the right moment to pounce, but as soon as he got the penalty, he was like, I don't need to push anymore. I can cruise and still get the race win. And that is what he has done. Well, anyways, now we are going to watch the other two finish. If they are still driving, but no, we are going to sit with the race leader as they just go through the final sector. But yeah, Van Dijk, he has topped off a brilliant season. World champion for Red Bull Racing. And he even fought Jix in the Merc to the title, but beat him about 2 races ago. Honestly, outstanding season for him. He has aced it, and that's why he is a multi-time world champion and the most profound driver in this league's history. Well yeah, now let's head over to interview the other drivers, and yeah, I will just check one thing real quick. Yep, we will now head over to interviews, and I will drag you guys along with me. As Toro and Vemus now finish their race. And that is the Abu Dhabi GP for you. I'll see you in interviews. So, Kevin, first of all, congratulations. That was a well-fought win. And you have to admit that played into your hands quite sweetly.
Yeah, I think Jigs got the track limit in with the incident with Dani, I think in the first few laps, so I think it will be removed. So I think I will be second. But that's not that bad, because I had brake problems before the race. And I knew I couldn't fight for the win because of that. So yeah, I'm really happy. Really happy.
So I will tell you this, I don't think it was in the first few laps. When I was watching, it came up on the penultimate lap. Meaning, don't know if that'll be removed.
Oh, it was in the final few laps?
Yeah, that was when Jix got his 3-second penalty.
No, I mean, he got the warning, the final warning, but he had 3 warnings.
Did he get a warning due to a collision?
Yeah.
That's even more argumentative. But yeah, well, the safety cars were not wanted, but still that played into your favour. What's your thoughts about all the havoc which happened over the 29 laps?
I think the final safety car, I needed that one because Jigs and Dani were so far ahead and I couldn't catch them. So I definitely needed that. But yeah, I had in the end, I think, less battery to Jigs. I think he had more. So yeah, still happy with the results.
Yeah, and final question for you. Did you think you could have got pole? Because you had it for about 10 seconds and then you dropped to P3.
Yeah, I want to say about that. I did a 0.2 yesterday. I mean, yeah, it's practice, but since I got the problem with my brake pedal, I couldn't get anywhere near that time. So yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, even despite that, you were still only a 10th of pole.
Yeah, I'm happy with my lap.
So yeah, that I'm keen to say you're probably the best driver in it, being a 4-time world champion and constructors champion. But yeah, well done on that race in Abu Dhabi. You deserve a well
thanks.
Enjoyed break. And yeah, Jix, please explain them 3 track limits, because I'm shocked why you've lost that win.
Yeah, of course. I can explain. In the safety car, when the 2 times that I pit, I got 2 times the track limit warning when I didn't cross the pit. That's just a glitch in the track, because I had it in other races as well. But yeah, I have a clip for that. That when I didn't cross anything, but I get a warning for it. So I think it will be removed. And I just got one valid. I think in the lap 28 from the 29th. I got 1 track limit warning, so yeah. I think that is the reason why I didn't get a penalty.
But yeah, on the basis it does get removed, I'm then going to ask you the polar opposite question. What's your thought on your race win on the basis it does get removed?
Just normal. Yeah, my qualifying was good. I got a really good lap in. Started from pole. And when it did, when the race started, I had a good lap, a good first lap. But Danny was really fast, was really quick in the straights, also in the corners. So probably I think he had the better pace at the beginning of the stint, but when it was coming down, when the tire degradation kicks in, I think me and Kevin were faster. But every time that was the case, there was a safety car. So yeah, it was close. It was gonna be close, but yeah, managed to at least finish, get over the line in P1. But yeah, it was just a normal race. I had a few battles. I think with Danny, I had one good battle in Sector 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was lovely.
Well, you have to admit the safety cars didn't play in your favour, but more or less you got P2 in the standings no matter what. So,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
how
I'm
do
really
you
happy
feel
with that.
coming second best?
Yeah, to be honest, not what I want. I'm here to finish in first, but I missed a few races when it was really hard to win, and Kevin did an amazing job to consistently score points. So yeah, he well deserved it. But yeah, I'm just for not the next season, but the season 6, I will be fighting for the championship again and try to give it to my best shot.
Yeah, enjoy your break. And
yeah, thank you.
I'm going to ask the man who luckily swiped away P3 from his teammate after his teammate gave him a run for his money in the dying phases. Danny, what a race you had. That was hectic, you have to admit.
Yeah, there was a lot that happened, and in the end I still got P3 with penalties, but I had wing damage in the second last lap, so that was not good.
Could you go over what happened with you and your teammate on that final lap? Like, surely he must have known he had the penalty, so what's the point of fighting you? You could have got the win.
Yeah, not to win, but I don't know why he fought me, to be honest. But in the end, it doesn't matter because P1 could get his penalty removed anyway. So, but he only lost time for himself because he had a pen.
Yeah, well.
So it was not optimal for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you think strategy played in your hand, or was it kind of haywire with all the safety cars coming in? Or do you think the changes of tyres helped you in the dying phases, as of course you're on the mediums, which would be a lot more DC'd than the hards in dying phases, so that late safety car surely helps, right?
Yeah, I thought I made the right choice in that late safety car, but I had a little moment, and I don't know what lap it was, but in the beginning of the restart, and that lost me a lot of time. So.
Well, yeah, congrats on your result.
Yes, thank you.
And I'm going to somewhat break my code and ask a driver who should be commentating. But yeah, Jale, what happened? If he's still there, but yeah, seems like he ain't there. Well,
I'm here.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
here. I'm here.
So yeah, what happened there? Like, it was just chaos.
Yeah, I mean, qualifying was. I think that's probably the lowest I've ever qualified in league racing.
Yeah.
In equal performance, what was a P16, something like that. Then I jumped the start because Squirter jumped the start. Then the first safe car. I want to give a huge shout out to Ice Cream. I think he was the one who caused it. Because I was on soft, so those were dead. Massive shout out to him. Then I just did medium, and then after the final safe car, it was just chaos. I was trying to make my way through, and there were people spinning off left, right, and center. I think I killed Rajic at some point, but we don't need to talk about that. And then the final lap. I'm not sure if you were on it, but Han I don't know what he did. He cut across me. I might be wrong, but then Kimmix, he just forgot to brake, and I got a penalty, which I'm hoping can be removed.
Oh yeah. Well, that was surely an exciting race for you all.
Definitely.
Yeah, for those who joined us today, again, do follow, search us up on Discord, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok. It's at VD Racing League. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this race, and we will see you